All right. So now we're going to do the SolidWorks, and we're doing the guided exercises. No, the guided exercises, they walk you through them pretty much. So we'll take a look at that anyway. Um, Basic sketching, and that's this fella. So I'm going to hit begin exercise, and I'm going to go ahead and get the printer friendly version. I like them better. My computer is chugging today. It needs a reboot. Okay. So we'll just follow their instructions. Open a new part file, change units to IPS and 2 decimal precision. Well, let me go ahead and get into SolidWorks here. That's Inventor. Let me kill that. SolidWorks. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do File New, Part. Okay. Second. All right. Now, I want to go to our settings, and we'll go to Document Properties, Units, and we want to make sure we're in inch, pounds, and seconds, and I'm already there, so I'm all good. Create a new sketch on the front plane, so I'm going to go, I'm in a sketch, front plane. And then I want my grid on, so I'm going to go to this eyeball and open it up and come down there and click View Grid so I can see my grid. I like being able to see my grid. Okay, I don't want that. I want that right here. Okay, using line command, sketch a line starting at the origin, due to the right. Okay, again, don't worry about exact dimensions, so we'll do that. So I'm going to hold my control key down and then hit the mouse button to drag this down to the lower left corner. I just like to have my origin down here in the lower left corner. If I don't hold the control key down, then it's going to get all wacky and it's going to do that, right? And then so all I got to do to get back to normal, if I hit control and 8. If you hold the control key down, you can change different views. That's 8, 7, 6, 5 different views. Just control and 8 will get us back to straight on forward. Then we'll draw the line from the origin. About that far is good. I'm going to right click and hit select to get out of there. I'm going to hit the control key down and move this down a little bit. Okay, so the line command is still active. Move the cursor away from the endpoint of the line and then move it back up. So this is basically the same thing we did for Inventor to do the arc. So I'm going to start the line command here and grab that. Hold the mouse key down and kind of mouse over, see if it'll get it. It's not doing it. There we go. There, I got it. About like that. That looks good till it lines up like so. Okay, let's go back. And we want to draw a line forward or back. So we'll come back to about here. Up. Okay. And then we want to put an arc in here. So let me hit the line command again. Grab that. I gotta mouse it just right to get the. It sometimes takes a little practice. I'm gonna go to, well, about there. A little bit extra. Let's see if. Nah, I want you to line it up. Okay, it'll be fine. Okay, then drag a line down. So start there, and then come down about there, and then do another arc. So starting down here at this point, let me get it. So see where that yellow circle shows like this round pops up, then you can do this. And we'll just do that. Then it wants to bring it up. So click on there, start a line again. Bring it up to about there, I guess. And then close it with another arc. So let's click on there until you get that circle. Yeah, and then we're going to pull up and try to get an arc going. And this may not work perfectly, but there we go. I'll close it up right there. Okay, now I'm going to have to set these tangencies. I want this tangent right here, and tangent and tangent. I want these horizontal. I don't know what that perpendicularity is for. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I don't know. I want to make these parallel. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this line like so. So it's highlighted, it's light blue. Hit the control key and then click on this line. And over here in a browser, I have all these options. I want to put a tangent relationship on there. See how it makes it tangent nice and smooth? I'll say OK. These are already horizontal. That's tangent. Let me make sure that these are tangent down here. I'm going to click on that and click on that. Hit tangent. OK. Make sure that this is tangent. Click on that. Hold control and then click on that. Hit tangent. I'm going to do the same thing with all these tangent arcs. Tangent means that the line and the arc meet at one point only. Okay, like if you were to have a line and it hits an arc, it will just kiss it at one point. Okay, it's not like if you hit the circle right here and it went through and hit another part of the arc, it would just touches it on one point. It's a nice smooth transition. Okay, I'm gonna make these two lines parallel, even though they don't have a parallel constraint on there. Oh yeah, they do. Okay. It's just having you go through. What are they having you go through? I should probably read these. Point and content. Make tangent. Yeah, we did that. Tangent. Vertical relation between two endpoints on the arc. Right side of the sketch. Select 2 points. Choose the vertical. Yeah, the vertical. Wants these right here to be the same. They should be the same, but let's do that anyway. I'm gonna hit that point. Hit control and hit this point, and then do the vertical. Okay, that's good. And then parallel relations right here. So we'll pick this line, hold the control key down, hit that line, and then we're going to find parallel, and it makes them parallel. Okay, very good. Okay, now we're going to start putting dimensions in. We want this line to be 2.5. So I'll hit the dimension, smart dimension tool, and I'm just going to pick that line, pull it up, pretty close, 2.5. Just going to type that in there. I have to highlight that too. Oh, I see what's going on. My number lock isn't on. Turn your number lock on, 2.5. And then, there we go, 2.5. Then we want this angle to be 120 degrees. So click with this line and then click this line, and we'll pull out an angular dimension. We'll make that 120. Okay. If it goes and does something weird, you may have to redraw it sometimes just to get it to do right. Okay, want to finish these dimensions. We want a radius of 0.5 in here. Just click on that. We can do the radius 0.5. And then this radius is 0.75. Okay. We want this radius to be 0.25. So we'll click that down there, make that 0.25. It's looking weird, but we'll get it. Then we want this arc to be equal with this arc. So we're going to click on this arc, hold down, get out of that. If you're in a command, if like a dimension pops up, just hit escape. Okay, select that arc. Still in the smart dimension command. Hit escape to get out of there. Yeah. Okay. Click on that arc, hit the control key, and then click on that arc. And then we're going to make them equal. There we go. It's starting to look more like it. And then we have an overall distance from this center point to that center point of 4. So we'll put our smart dimension command, click on that arc. If we just pick on the arc, it'll automatically go to the center. And then pull this down at 4. Okay. And that should be it. Put it in an isometric view. It says press spacebar in your keyboard to switch to an isometric view. Okay, well, let's see what happens when I do that. I'll turn that off. Hit spacebar. You're going to get this. cube, and then here you can manipulate from there to get your isometric view or whatever. Well, let's see. There it is. But I just do is, let me exit the sketch. Silly me. What I do is I just use the F keys. I hold control down and I can hit F7 isometric, F6, F5, F4, F3, F2, F7. That'll work. And then save it and submit it. Okay. So file, save as. And this is called what? Editing geometry. Make sure I know what it is. It's basic sketching. I'm going to name this. Hold on. Here's my shoddy state. Here we go. Documents. Work. Class documents. And 1301. There somewhere. That's 1201. There we go. 1301. Fall 25. We'll call this SW Basic Sketching. There you go. Then submit that document. Okay.